Hi everyone and welcome to the Curry Cave. Today I'm going to be making chicken korma. This is from my first book, The Curry Guy, and it's actually a half portion of the one of my books. So one of my book recipe in my book serves four. This is going to be more of a curry house portion. So it's really easy, and let's look and see what goes into it. So I've got three cardamom pods which I've smashed, and also a couple pieces of cinnamon. Then I've got some block coconut, and there's this kind of yellowish bit. That is what you're looking for. This is nothing more than oil. The white bit's oil. So if you were to put that in your pan, it wouldn't have a lot of flavor, and it would just melt. I got about a tablespoon of garlic and ginger paste. I'll probably use a little bit less than that, probably about 2 teaspoons or so. Then I've got 3 tablespoons of ground almonds, a tablespoon of ground coconut. I got a tablespoon of sugar. Now, kormas are known for being quite sweet. I don't have a sweet tooth, so I usually try and not even add that much. But today I'm going to follow my recipe. I'm going to add a tablespoon of sugar there. You can just adjust that to taste. And then I've got some garam masala, some pre-cooked chicken. Now the chicken I cooked in my base sauce, so I do have a pre-cooked chicken recipe, a stewed chicken recipe in my first book, but this time I decided to make it easy on myself, and I just simmered it in the base stock until it was cooked through. Then I've got some cream, which I'll add at the end, and magic ingredient, rose water. I'm just going to add a tiny bit. That can be really overpowering, so you don't want to add too much. So with all the ingredients and everything ready to go, let's go over to the pan. We're going to cook this in about 5 minutes. It's so easy and really tastes just like a korma you get at any good curry house. So let's start cooking. All right, so I got my pan over a medium-high heat here, and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of rapeseed oil. Any vegetable oil will do. You could even add ghee instead if you want a more buttery flavor, which a lot of people like. I'm going to add butter at the end. So just heat this oil up, and as it heats up a bit, we're going to then add the whole spices, so the cardamom and also the cinnamon. And really all we want to do here is let these spices infuse into the oil. And if you don't like whole spices in your curry, make sure to count them in, count them back out again, and you won't be biting into any cardamoms. We're going to add some garlic and ginger paste, just a little bit. And this too, we're just going to let that cook off the rawness in the oil and infuse its flavor into that oil. In goes the ground almonds and the coconut and also the sugar. And we're just going to top that up with a little bit of base sauce. This will be our korma sauce base. Just give that a nice stir. So I've only added a little bit of the base sauce, but I'm going to add a little bit more just to get it a little bit more saucy. But come to a boil there. Just a little bit more. And this I have to put exact measures in my books, but really just look at it. How saucy do you want your korma to be? Now I have the pre-cooked chicken, and we'll give that a nice stir. Just to coat it in that base, and to heat it through. That can just sit there and heat up very easily. You don't have to do much. You might want to scrape, if there's any caramelization around the side of the pan, be sure to scrape that back in, because it adds a nice flavor to it. Really, you could just cook another curry at the same time, because there's not much that you need to do. I'm adding the coconut now, the block coconut. We're just going to let that melt into the sauce as well. very relaxed. There's really not much to do. You just it's such an easy way of cooking. Just move that sauce around in there. Get the coconut melted into it. And coconut's another thing. You know, you could add cream coconut if you wanted to, or coconut milk. I prefer for this recipe to use the block. And I'm going to pour in some cream. Again, how creamy you make it is up to you. I've added about a quarter of a cup, so 70 milliliters. I'm just eyeing that up. I'd say that's about how much I've poured in there. And just let this simmer away. And in goes that butter. And the butter, again, it depends on how buttery you want your curry, but I added about a tablespoon there. And just a drop of rose water. Rose water is very strong. It gives the curry a really nice flavor, but if you add too much, it's going to overpower it. So be very careful. I probably added about a half a teaspoon at the most. Scraping around again. Just trying to get all that flavor off the sides, that caramelized base off the sides. And just touch it up with a bit of salt just to balance the flavors. And some garam masala. So there you have it. A chicken korma in minutes. And it's so easy and delicious as well. It's a mild one, so it's great for kids. It's great for those that don't like a lot of spicy curries. It's probably not my favorite, but it is one that my kids have always liked growing up. And if it's one you like as well, I hope you give this a try. I think I may as well give it a try while I'm here. This piece of chicken. Spot on. Nice, coconutty, bit of sweetness. There. Thank you very much for watching, and please subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more videos on the way. Thank you very much.